Good morning. Let me get all the sleep out of my eye. I got it out. I'm good to go now. Uh, I done something this morning. I done something this morning that I hadn't done in years. I mean years. Hey, Paul. Good morning. Um, I wore a pair of tennis shoes. I I know it's shocking. I know it's something that probably disturbs people to know that happened. But I did. I wore a pair of tennis shoes. I don't even own a pair of tennis shoes. I had some. I've owned some down through the years, and what I generally do, I buy them because I think I'm going to use them, and then they sit in the closet for years, and I finally say I'll never use these tennis shoes, so I send them off to the thrift store, and then sometime later I'll think, you know what? I need some tennis shoes, so I go get me some more, and then I won't wear them. And eventually, a few years go by, and I'll bring them to the thrift store. Well, apparently, I'm in that in between stage right now because I don't own a pair of tennis shoes. Uh, Now, I do wear like dress shoes on occasion. I know this is enthralling, y'all. I do wear dress shoes because I preach and I wear with my suits that I wear. I wear dress shoes. I got 3 or 4 pairs of those. Uh, and sometimes I wear my boots. Like if it's more of a casual setting, I wear my boots. But this morning, for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 months or so, maybe not that long, 4 or 5 months, I can't remember now. I've been getting up early in the mornings and taking off and walking. And I was walking around the yard and I stepped it off. I stepped off a mile around the yard. Well, Belinda got interested in it. She can't walk in the yard because it's got too many dips and ups and downs in it. So she walks out on the road. So I said, well, I'll walk out on the road. That's what I'll do. So I got out on the road and I started walking. I walk in my boots, and Belinda's always fussing at me. You know, you need tennis shoes, you need tennis shoes. I don't see how you walking in boots. I said, well, I've been doing it since I was a kid. Since I was, well, at least a teenager. That's all I've ever worn. And uh, and so we walking down the road, and I got to thinking. I said, it's been a long time since I have actually jogged. I'm so out of shape, y'all. I'm so out of shape. But seriously, it's been years since I've had any reason to jog. When me and Belinda first got married, I used to play basketball with some of her cousins, and we would, I would run then. I mean, because you got to run playing basketball or playing tennis or something like that. We'd throw the football out, and with the kids, I'd have to, when they were younger, I'd have to do. But then as they got older, I realized I didn't have to run as much because I could get them to run. If I need something, hey, run, go get that. Uh, so I just kind of quit. There wasn't no need for me to run. I mean, I wasn't ever in that much of a hurry. But as it would happen, that as time went on, I got more and more out of shape. And but the last several days, I've been walking my mile, and that's all I walk because walking is boring, y'all. It's just boring. But I walk it because I'm always thinking of stuff that I need to be doing. I need to be doing something besides walking. But I realize I need to walk because it's good for my heart and uh, it's cholesterol and blood pressure and stuff like that. So I realize I need to walk. So I do that. I walk, I go walking, and then I come back. And the last 100 yards or so, I've been jogging it, been jogging. Uh, and it's a weird sensation. If you hadn't jogged in 20 years, get outside and just jog. Jog up your drive. Just 20, 30, 40 feet. It's a weird sensation because everything jars when you jog if you're not used to it. Your head, your chest, your arms, I mean, everything is just, it goes crazy. And so you got to get used to it again. Your body has to get used to it. And so I started to jog. Well, I said it might be easier if I had me a pair of tennis shoes. Hey, Andrea. And I know this is Wednesdays. I think I done it last Wednesday too, but I've just had a weird week this week. This week has been different. But I said, I imagine it might be easier on my old head and on my joints and everything that pounds when you jog if I had some tennis shoes. Well, I got to looking for some tennis shoes that I thought I had. Well, digging through the closet, digging through everywhere, I couldn't find them. So apparently I have done designate them to the thrift store. And so I said, I bet Paul has a pair that I can wear. So I get to digging through his closet. He moved rooms since when Faith moved out, however long ago that's been. But he still had some stuff in his old closet. I said, let me go check the old closet. Hey, D, good to see you. So I went in this old closet, dug up under all the junk, and I got a pair of his old tennis shoes out. Y'all might not think this is interesting, but it's weird how that you can, wearing boots and wearing tennis shoes is two different things too. When I put them tennis shoes on, I thought my leg was going to fly up like that, because it was just a different sensation. You get used to walking in boots, which are a little heavier, and then put on these light tennis shoes, and it was like, boom, my feet was just, boom. But it did make life easier on me. When I went walking, it was easier to walk. When I jogged a little bit, I'm hoping by the time winter gets here that I can actually jog more than 100 yards. Y'all don't laugh at me. Y'all don't judge me. So I'm hoping I can do that. I'm hoping that I can. Bill, last day's homesteading, it'll keep getting easier. I hope so. Bill from last day's homesteading, he's older than me. I'm not going to say how old he is, but he's older than me. You know, Methuselah in the Bible, 900 something years old. He's just a baby compared to Bill as far as his age is concerned. Just a child, just a wee child. You know how the older you get, it don't matter how old you get, there's always going to be somebody that's older than you that's going to say, well, you're just a child. You're just a child. You get to be 20 years old, people that's in their 40s say, oh, you're just a kid. You get to be 30, people in the 50s say, oh, you're just a kid. You get to be 40, people in 60s say, oh, you're just a kid. Get in your 50s, people in your 70s go, you're just a kid. Do you get the point? It don't matter how old you get. Somebody, unless you're the older person alive, somebody's going to look at you and say, oh, you're just a kid. You might be 90 years old and there'll be a 120-year-old person out there. Oh, you just a whippersnapper. But you're not. You're old. And Bill, he's a couple of years older than I am. And he done the military exercises. You know, you get out and you push ups, sit ups, the running, the whatever, I don't know, in a certain amount of time. I don't know what all is entailed with that. But it embarrassed me because he's able to do that. He's able to do that. And I have trouble getting my leg through my pants, without falling over. So y'all, that's probably too much information. I understand that. Hey, Thunderstick, good to see you, my friend. Anyway, I had my tennis shoes on this morning. That was a long story to tell y'all I wore tennis shoes for the first time in years. Years. You hear me? Years. But I don't want to go out and pay a bunch of money on a stinking pair of tennis shoes that, I'm going to be running marathons. Yeah. Hey, y'all, Digging for Health, Andrea, they're doing a, hello, Annette. Good to see you, my down under friend. Andrea is doing a 30, is it 30 day, Andrea? I think it's 30-day thing where she's eating healthy shakes, and it looks disgusting to me. I mean, anybody that grinds up kale and puts it in a smoothie and drinks it, I'm just saying, Andrea. But some of it I think I would like if you put some fruit in there and like peaches and stuff like that, I think I'd like that. But I don't think I could do that 30 days of eating nothing but vegetables, and I don't know. And I know that you're doing it for specific reasons. It's not bad, yeah. Well, I just have to take your word on it, Andrea, because I'm not saying I won't ever do it, because I find myself eating those words often. But says Gail, no. Hey, Miss Virginia, good to see you. It's always good to see Miss Virginia Alexander in the house. But yeah, she's doing this in a video a day. And y'all, sometimes when you look at people that do these video a day things, you say, you just get tired of it. But you don't get tired of Andrea. You don't. You just don't. Her and Mike, they are hilarious. They always will put a smile on your face. They will. You just do it. Just go over there and watch them. And you may not want to watch every single one of them, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you don't watch her, that when you do, that you'll find yourself constantly going back and seeing what else, other kind of content she's put out. She done something the other day. This is going to be the Digging for Health Andrea show. You get tired of you. Hey, I know that. I do too. The Andrea Digging for Health show today, she put out a video on a review, actually a couple of review videos. I don't like these review videos. I'm just telling you straight. I know a bunch of y'all do the review videos, and I actually have a review video that I have to do. I don't know why I done it. I guess I got caught up in the hype because everybody else is doing it. But I've had people contact me. You want to do this, put it on your YouTube show, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, click, delete. I don't care nothing for that. But I've been seeing a lot of these other folks doing these reviews, and I said, well, I may try it. So somebody sent me, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. And I've been putting it off for a couple of what size shoe do I wear? I don't really know, Bill. Probably 9.5, maybe. I'm not real sure. I got Belinda says that I have. There's Last Days Homesteading, by the way. He's the one I was talking about that shamed me for being so bad out of shape. And if y'all don't have him, go over there. Super people, super guy. Just have fun with it. I'm about to see if I can review a vacuum and see if I can suck myself into the vacuum with some fancy. That's where I was. Hey, Tom, good to see you. That's what I was talking about. I got sidetracked. Andrea, she done this video, and I'm like, oh, come on, Andrea. I don't want to see no stinking review video. But it's Andrea, so I'm clicking on it. I'm just going to do it. And I clicked on it. I was laughing the entire time. It went by just like that. It wasn't like a 30-minute review video over and over and over. So, I mean, they done a good review on it and made you enjoy it while you was watching it. And anyway, I thought about that and I said, well, maybe I'll throw it out there. I've got to do it because I told them I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to let them send me something and then not do a review on it. But I've been thinking on how to go about doing it where it's not so boring, where it doesn't make you want to do something harmful to yourself by watching it. It needs to be something decent. Anyway, hold on, I missed something. Now, week 4, starting to feel the benefits. Oh, that's what I missed right there. starting to feel the benefits, and I'm having fun creating different recipes and have pics on my Instagram. That's right, Annette. You've been doing that too. I've been seeing that on your Instagram and even some of the videos. At least I won't say I've seen a video where you're doing something like that. Y'all, you do feel better. You do feel better. Hey there, Scott. Good to see you. Your social security number is 7. That's how old he is, y'all. That's how old he is. D, good. I know I said hello earlier, but I kind of skipped right over you. I didn't mean to. D's been doing some lives here lately, getting with it. But anyway, I walked around, and the days I do lives, I don't know what happens to the time. I just don't know. Now, this morning, I didn't get up till almost 6 o'clock. And so it takes me 30 minutes for my eyes to, yeah, she's on fire. That's right. It takes my eyes 30 minutes to adjust and my head to unclog. They cut hay, or they're cutting hay right by me, and that always messes me up. So this morning, I didn't get up till about 6. I was drooping, dreary, and clogged up. And so it took me about 30 minutes to get around. I can't read my Bible, can't do anything because, I can't see. Sometimes I'll listen to old Pastor Homestead and Pastor Lyon. Sometimes he'll have a video on there, a devotion or something, and there's a few others. Bill sometimes puts a devotion on there. And if it's in the morning, I can turn it on, put it in my pocket. I can listen while I'm walking. But this morning, I got out there and I walked, and then I come back, and I was trying to do some little things, because after I get through walking, I walk around the yard and see what needs to be done. And if there's some little things, like taking out the trash, I had to wash my clothes, throw that in, do a few things and go, feed the animals and all that kind of stuff, just stuff that you can do kind of quick. It doesn't take a long time. Some jackhammer in my head. Hey, it's something. It takes me a while for the old rocks up there to settle down and quit banging. But time just goes by. I set my alarm on my phone, and I set it for 8:55 because I don't want to set it too early, because if I set it too early, if I set it like 8:45, then I'll turn it off, and in those 15 minutes, I'll get distracted and I'll do something else. But if I put it at 8:55, I'll say, oh, I got to get in there, got to get ready. Hey there, Cindy and Gary, good to see you. Pathways Homestead's in the house. They just had a video out on their garden and their new place where they live, I guess. What was I talking about? Oh, anyway, time just flies. It just flies, y'all. On mornings that you have stuff that you got to get around to do, it just flies. Other times, it just drags by. We have had a little bit of rain here lately, so that's good. It'd been kind of dry. Come on up with me, D, Thursdays, and when I do panel Fridays. And Scott's has started a live stream on Friday evenings. What time is that, Scott? 7 Central? Is it 7 o'clock Central? Post that if you don't mind. That way everybody knows. So he does Procrastination Thursdays, but then he has started one on Friday. Prime time, y'all. Prime time. Scott's going prime time. I have multiple alarms, so does Gary. Helps keeps those of us with ADHD on track. Yeah. I'm not sure if I had to set my alarm for all kind of things. I set it for when I turn my water on. If I have to water, I'm not Blue Chuck. Yes, sir. I'm not Blue Chuck. You're gonna have to explain that. I'm slow. I'm still dragging in my brain. Anyway, I've got a section of the garden outside that oh, you can't post. Oh, you're not. Why in the world not? I thought for sure you were. Just a second. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. Let me see what I can do here. How in the world are you not live? I mean, how in the world are you not a mod? All right, let me turn that off because I hate you. What I need to put you as, a managing moderator or a standard moderator? Let me know what I need to put you at, Scott. Managing, what's it say? Managing, oh, where'd you go? Oh, a managing or a standard standard moderator. Which one, Scott? Let me know. Help me out. Help me know what I got to do. Help me know what I got to do. I don't know. I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. Hey there, Nick. Good to see you. All right, I'll just put you as one of them because I don't know the difference. Let me see here. Let me get back up here. Manage, I can do a bit more. Okay, I got you. Add as moderator, managing, save. Boom. Take that. Take that. Standard is a norm. Okay, I don't remember. You know, I've done this a long time ago, and I don't remember it having the options. I think it was just like you are or you're not. But and now they got all these options going on here. Nick, I was just talking about you to Belinda last night. I was saying, well, I hadn't seen old Nick in a while, at least in my memory, which that may not be too good. I said, well, hunting season kind of over. I still might do a few little hog hunting videos, but it's the heat and all that kind of shuts all that down. I know, but I'll be glad too when it cools off. Although I don't mind this heat. I used to hate the heat, but I'm not minding it as much anymore. I don't know why. I guess you change as you get older. You get changed, whatever. But I kind of like getting out there in the heat, and as long as I don't have to stay out in it. I mean, as long as I can come inside every 5 minutes, I'm fine with it. Let me tell y'all what we done. Me and Belinda, Thursday, she got off work early Thursday, sometime around lunch, and we took off. You're a beach bum. I got you. Okay, well, speaking of the beach, me and Belinda took off this past Thursday. Our anniversary was last week, and most of all y'all already know that. All the way down in Galveston. How far is that from you, Nick? Galveston's a good little ways, I would think. I've been to Galveston a time or two. When I worked in Houston, I had to go down there a time or two to do some work. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Coffee walks and whatever. What was I talking about? Hey, Teresa, good morning. Good to see you. Oh, I know what I was talking about. Me and Belinda decided we was going to take off. We rented a little cottage thing down there on the coast, Waveland, Mississippi. And it was just a little video place, but it had a kitchen, had a bed, had all the amenities that you might need. It just wasn't big. It just didn't have a lot of area. And we just went down. We didn't do anything. We got up early in the mornings and we walked along the beach. They got like a walk that you can walk down the beach. It's concrete walk that you can walk, all down the highway or the road there, the beach front road. And we walked down that a good every morning and sometimes in the evening. And then during the day, we would just kind of ramble around. We'd go to these thrift stores and garden centers and stuff like that. And we find a lot of stuff at them, like our grandbabies, they come over And when they come over, inevitably they do something to their clothes. They spill something on them or soil them somehow or the other. They get outside and get wet and nasty. They play in the mud. You know what I'm saying? They're babies. They're grandkids, and they're going to ruin their clothes. So, hey there, Drunken Jeff. Good to see you. It has been a while. Doing very, very well. Thank you very much. So we went and just kind of got off by ourselves. We cooked. I had some shrimp, and we cooked shrimp a couple of nights. Well, one morning or once for lunch, and then we had some. How did we cook it? Oh, I cooked it like in a tomato base and with rice and. It was good, y'all. It was really, really good. And then the next night, or one night, we cooked it. We cooked it in some butter and garlic and all that, and then just had some potatoes to go with it. I think that was a lunch. And then we went out to eat one night at a restaurant to kind of. I mean, you know, we was down on the coast. You got to go down there. They got some real good seafood restaurants. So we done that. I was standing outside Friday, and off the side of the little cottage, they had like a little area that was fenced in. All right, Thunderstick, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in. Had some chairs out there that you could sit on and just be outside. And I kept seeing a wasp go up under the eave. And I kept looking for the nest because I didn't want to get stung. I was standing up out on this little deck, looking up under it, and all of a sudden I feel something fall down on my neck right here, on my collar and on my neck area. It kind of hit my hair and then kind of felt like it fell down. It didn't hit hard, but it almost felt like a leaf. But, you know, I was looking at the wasp and I was thinking, wasp. And then I brushed away. I couldn't feel nothing. I said, well, a leaf must have fell from the tree or something and hit me. So I didn't think nothing more about it. 30 seconds later, a wasp came up. And where am I thinking? And it hit me right there on the thumb. It didn't hurt. No. I did not scream like a little girl. Because I thought it was, you know, I thought it was a leaf at first, and then it came down. All right, Analytic Gardener, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you listening in the bushes. I don't know if I know you or not. I'm going to have to go check it out. Somebody, if you don't mind, throw up that link. And there you go. Thank you, Andrea. No, I did not. I didn't. Oh, you're going to tear up some seafood today. Man, that seafood's good stuff. But it didn't hurt. It felt like it flew and it kind of just landed on me, whatever. And that's right. Thank you. And I didn't think nothing about it. Belinda had walked out. She said, you know, we had to go somewhere. And we was about to take off. I said, okay. I said, wasp just landed on me or just come by and hit me on the thumb. And she said, oh, did it sting? I said, no, it didn't sting. And it flew off. And then all of a sudden it started itching. I mean, it did. You know, a wasp sting, it hurts. And it's an immediate hurt. This was a gradual. I mean, it was like it started off very, very subtle. And then it started getting a little bit, and it never hurt. Never, not once did it hurt. It just started itching. And it just kind of gradually just got bigger and bigger, the itch. Now, it wasn't bad. I don't want to oversell it, but it got where it was a little bit, you know, it just kept growing and growing. I said, that doggone wasp must have just grazed me with its stinger. Yeah, I hadn't either, Andrea. It love tapped me. I guess so. Uh, yeah, I told Glenda, I said, I generally get stung at least once a year. Uh, and I said, if I have to get stung and this has to be my one time to get stung, that's the way I want it done right there. Cause and then it went away. It went away. I didn't, it was fine. But the next day, Saturday, I had a little bitty bump. I had a little bitty, well, you can't say it. I had a little bitty bump right there, a little bitty red mark, and it started itching again Saturday. But it didn't last long. It didn't last long. I mean, it was just weird because I've never had one do that before. It just kind of boom. You've had that happen, Teresa? I've never had that. I'm 55, and in all my life, when I've been stung by wasps, they have sure enough stung me. Sure enough. I was going to get to that. We went stung. We were getting stung by small jellyfish. See, that's been a long time since I've been stung by a jellyfish. Because I don't go out in the water. I don't wade out in the water. I mean, if I go down there, I'm in a boat and I'm fishing, or if I'm on the bank or whatever, I'm fishing. Yeah, it's weird. It was weird. Saturday, we had to be out by Saturday at 10 o'clock, so we kind of piddled around to about 9:30ish. There was a thrift store that opened at 10 that we wanted to get back to. We'd went in there the day before, and Belinda had found some things for the grandkids. She said it was name brand stuff. I don't know anything about it. And she said, Chuck, this is an incredible price. But I don't know the kids' sizes that they need right now because kids grow so quick. So she texted Charity and couldn't get a hold of her. Charity was doing something. And, oh, goodness gracious. Andrea, you was running with my mouth wide open. I'm sorry. I know that. Oh, man, that had to be miserable. Oh, my goodness. I can't imagine getting stung inside. I mean, I'm not comparing you to a dog, Andrea. I've seen dogs get stung in the mouth because they'll bite them bees and bumblebees and stuff. I've seen them get stung in the mouth. I've never in my life heard something. I think it was a squirrel, maybe. I just seen something. Never in my life heard of a human being getting stung. That needs to be submitted to something. To Ripley's Believe It or Not, or weird things that happen to people. I mean, who does? Yeah, how does that happen? That don't happen to any. That's amazing. If you'd have just had a camera, and if it could have just been video, don't ramble and run. It's not good for you. Oh yeah. In the hospital, if you survive, well, you're allergic to it, Cindy. I'd be in the hospital just I just couldn't imagine. You talk about a sore throat. I imagine that was horrible. It would have gone viral. It would. I would have run it 1,000 times, just myself. What was I talking about? Andrea, I mean, how do you continue on telling a story that is boring when Andrea comes out talking about a wasp that flies into her mouth while she's running and stings her in the throat? Hey, I try and be there for folks, Scott. I just try to be there for people because that's what I do. That's how I am. I'm the sidetrack master. You are that now. You are that, and I'm right there with you. We could start our own school, school for sidetrackers. Uh, so we was going to we was going to the thrift store to after we found out the sizes. We had to go the next day because it was the day before. It was too early. It was too late to go back, and we had to wait till 10 o'clock. So we were a little bit early. And I said, I'm not sitting in the parking lot forever. And we was driving along the beach, and they had this place you can pull over. So I pulled over. I said, let's go walk in the water. Let's go roll up our pant legs, and we'll wade out into the Gulf. You could wade out there a mile, I think. I seen people way out there. They wasn't even waist deep. The tide was out, I guess. Yes, she did, didn't she? Cindy. So anyway, we get out there. I take my boots off because I wasn't wearing tennis shoes. Roll our pant legs up, walk out there to the water, get in there just about ankle deep, and just kind of wading around. I said, man, it's been years since I've actually put my foot in the water. And I'm wading around out there, and all of a sudden I look around, and there's jellyfish everywhere. Everywhere. You hear me? I mean, there's jellyfish. And they're not, it's been a long time since I've been stung by a jellyfish. It's probably when I was a kid. But those memories have scarred me, have haunted me for years and years. But I don't know. I don't even know what they'd feel. I don't even know if they'd hurt or not. Apparently, they don't feel too good, according to Nick. Yeah, there's jellyfish everywhere. They done washed up on the beach. They're right there in the water. I'm like, I ain't doing this. I'm not walking in water with jellyfish everywhere. I'd step on one, or they'd rub up against me, and my ankles would be all red, and you know what I'm saying? So I got out, and we just walked along the beach. And it's the trauma. It's horrifying, Cindy. Horrifying. It has left indelible scars on my psyche for years and years now. But anyway, I don't know why I told you that. We went walking. It's Nick's fault because he mentioned the jellyfish. And I just didn't want to get stung. But there were people out there, there wasn't a lot of people where we were. But I mean, driving up and down the beach, there's a lot of people out in the water. And I have to take my word for it. It does. It does. You can take if I tell you a chicken dip snuff, look under the wing for the can. Take it to the bank. Stinks for about 20 minutes, then itches for a while after. Okay. Well, see, that's 20 minutes that I wouldn't want. And then the itching, I wouldn't want that either. So anyway, we got out of that and went to the thrift store, got the clothes that she was looking for. And they had some old rod and reels. I wasn't going to buy them because I'm just not. I got too much stuff I collect anyway that's junk. But they had some old rod and reels in there. What it was, this particular place, they had like 40 or so booths that people rent out the booth. Pee on the Stings. Word up. Hey, Tuber Chat. Kevin, right? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. What was I talking about? Teresa, doggone you, Pee on the Stings done got me all sidetracked again. Between you and Andrea, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So anyway, they had this. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. They had booths, and they had a bunch of different booths. And in one booth, they had some old fishing rods and reels. Some of them, they was locked up because they must have been very, very old. So country, I couldn't even follow it. Chicken wing can what? I'm still trying to process it. If I tell you a chicken dip snuff, all right, process that. if I tell you a chicken, bark, 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 this snuff, take can, puts in the mouth, you need to check under the wing for the can, because you know it's got a can on it somewhere if I told you. You got it? It takes the sting right away. Well, I declare. I wonder if it's awkward when you're standing out on the beach and I wonder if you get stung by the jellyfish and you're out on the beach, and I'm trying to make it clear so Andrea can understand, and you have to urinate, say if you got stung on your leg, and you have to urinate on your leg to take away the sting. I wonder what people would say that are on the beach with you. I'm sure it would be awkward conversation, no doubt. Law may be involved. Nick, let me know how that turns out for you, because I'm not trying it, but I want you to try it, and I want you to video it. I want you to video it all the way up until you go to the pee in a jar. I got you. There's always a way, isn't it? Always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. But I want Nick to do it on the beach so he can video, not everything, but video the circumstance, video the reactions of the people that are observing this phenomenon, and also video when the cops show up, so we can get that in there too. I have forgotten what I was going to. Yeah, that would be a hoot, wouldn't it? Speaking of hoot owls, Teresa, that would be a hoot. I've had a busy week, a fairly busy week. It's going to keep on being busy. Had a church member pass away and had to go tend to that. Had to take care of a daughter. My daughter was working in Wiggins and had a flat tire, another one. I told her, I said, at least go another month without having another flat tire. So got that taken care of. I had a revival last night. I had to go preach at. And then something else was going on. Of course, today is just a regular day, which regular service. And then tomorrow, I got the funeral tomorrow during the day. And it's kind of like in the morning wake, and then afternoon will be the service. And then, of course, we got a place we got to go tomorrow night, and then I think a place we got to go Friday. I'm canning some tomatoes. I got to get. I've just got a few of those left that I got to get canned up. I got some of them canned already. I only got like 14 jars of them canned so far, but I got maybe that much more left. What else? What else have I got going on? I don't know. I got so much to do that I don't intend on doing any of it. I've been studying soil. Any of y'all study soil? Teresa probably does. She probably knows about that. Soil is sand, silt, and clay, right? Sand, silt, and clay. That's basically what dirt is. I mean, you're busy. Excuse the typing. Well, sometimes. But it keeps me out of trouble. Sometimes. I've been studying, and there's so many YouTube videos out there, so many experts out there that disagree with one another. So you got to kind of weed through a lot of it. But it fascinates me, just the microbiology that's in the soil. that takes big things and breaks it down to microscopic things that the plant, Chuck is an expert with soil. Everybody picks on me the way I say soil. I don't know why. Add in a little organic matter. That's right. Soil, not soul. Soil. Anyway, it's interesting to me. And I thought you were studying Saul. S-O-I-L. Soil. When I grew up in Louisiana early on. Then we moved to Tennessee when I was in the 4th grade. They picked on me about the way I talked. I moved back to Louisiana in the 8th grade when I was going into the 8th grade. And just those little short years, 3.5, 4 years that I was in Tennessee, changed my accent. So when I moved back to Louisiana, they picked on me in Louisiana about my accent because apparently it changed. I didn't know it. But I had one of my buddies always say, Chuck, say ice. Chuck, say ice. Apparently I was saying something else. And anyway, soul is a beautiful and deep subject. It is. It is. It's literally a beautiful and deep subject, but it's also, thank you, Andrea. Appreciate that. If I move, of course, I've been here in Mississippi for a long time now, so I guess I have contracted the Mississippi accent now. But soul is actually it's fascinating because all the micro. I mean, it's just like us. I mean, it's just like us. Soul is a deep subject. Hush, hush. If I took this snack cake that my grandbaby got out and left on the table, because they just leave stuff wherever, that right there in itself, well, probably won't do a whole lot of anything. I probably should have used a better example. But it has to be broken down. It has to be digested. It has to and send it to me, I'd be happy. It has to be broken down into microscopic particles because, I mean, even it has to be broken down so much in order for it to go into your body to make the cells and all the things, the skin, the nails, the hair, the eyes, the teeth, every part of your body, the internal organs, everything. This has to be broken down so minutely, so minusculely, so microscopically in order for it, well, some of the ingredients, but it gets flushed out. It gets flushed out. If it's too big, it's not, you're not going to have a chunk of whatever growing out you. Well, I guess you might. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And soil is the same way. You throw a banana peel out in your garden, that tomato or whatever, it's not going to get those nutrients just from that banana peel right away. It's got to break down, don't it? It's got to break down, and all these different organisms and things have to break it down. It all has to work together with the moisture, and then you got the air, and then you got all these little protozoas and fungi and nematodes and all other kind of big words that I don't know about, that has to work all together to break it down, to make it into some kind of microscopic something other that the plant can take it up and it can make a plant and it can make fruit and it or whatever it's making. Is that not fascinating? Is that not just something to keep you awake at night with your mind? Like, I'm so tired. It's 12 o'clock. It's midnight. I can't hardly keep my eyes open. And your brain just says, yeah, but have you thought about SOIL? SOIL. Have you thought about SOIL? And then you get to thinking about it. And then you're awake. You're wide awake all night long because you're thinking about SOIL. And then you're thinking about all the things that you had that amendments, the organic matter and things like that you add to the soil that has to be broken down, that has to be, it's just fascinating. And I don't know. Yeah, you do that all the time. I don't know enough about it. And the more I look at it, the more I try and learn, the less I feel like I know, the dumber I feel like I'm getting when I look at it. But it's neat how it works. I've been looking at, and y'all, I know this is going to fascinate you. I know it got you on the edge of your seat. I know that you're just hanging on to every word. You're in for a treat. Because I've been looking on videos about leaf mold. That's right, I said it. You don't get this kind of quality content just everywhere. Leaf mold. Leaf mold is, there's a guy on there, I Am Organic Gardening. Now, I want you to know that I don't just take everything that I hear on the internet. I take it with a grain of salt. But I watch a bunch. Yeah, isn't it riveting? I mean, just a cliffhanger. Hey, Gwen, I just seen you pop in. Good to see you, Gwen. But they're talking about the benefit. Oh, no. Okay, Scott, I hate that. I'm sorry. Non-responsive calf. They have them Highland cows up there. They're beautiful animals. They certainly are. I'm sorry, I was checking somebody. My phone keeps. But they can wait, can't they? They can just wait. What was I talking about? Leaf mold. And just the benefits of leaf mold. And I was looking at one guy, which I get kind of tired of him, Garden Fundamentals. He seems to be very, very knowledgeable, but I get kind of tired of listening to him because he's just like everything that you hear on the internet is wrong, and I'm right. And he probably is. But, come on, let some of us be wrong. Let us enjoy our wrongness. Let us enjoy the fact that we do things that are unnecessary and we post videos about things and talk about how great it is and all that. Don't debunk our videos on all of it. I mean, sure, it's nice to know the truth. It's nice to know what's right and all that. But some of us, we like to live in our ignorance. We just do. A symbiotic balance. There you go. Symbiotic balance. I'm going to have to look up that word. What was I talking about? Oh, the leaf mold. And anyway, this other guy, this Garden Fundamental guy, he's broken down all the, we are happy in our ignorance. That's right. It's more fun. Ignorance is bliss, so I guess it's more blissful. But he had broken down, all the NPKs and all the nutrient balance and all the scientific studies that they do with organic matter and compost and compost tea and weed tea and I don't know. He's done a lot, and he just hurts my feelings, y'all, because I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm thinking, man, I'm doing great, and he comes along. Anyone from Tennessee making fun of someone's accent. Yeah, I know. Isn't that just the pot calling the kettle black? I don't know what I was talking about, y'all. Oh, I got me some. We stopped back by on the way home from the coast and stopped by a U-Pick place, a garden U-Pick. Yeah, Big Debbie Downer. That should be the name of his channel, Debbie Downer. But I still watch it because technically I know he's probably right. But I do get tired of it. We stopped by this U-Pick place, and they have a place that you can go pick your own vegetables. You're in Georgia, and you still, hey, yeah, that's definitely the pot calling the kettle black. Hey now, OJ, I guess it's OJ, or is that still Deb? Anyway, we stopped. Belinda wanted a watermelon, so we got our watermelon. Then we had to get some tomatoes because we were running low on our canned tomatoes. And I mean, I just don't make enough to put up like that. I make enough, maybe some. I put a few jars of sauce up. But whole tomatoes, we like whole tomatoes to make our made of gravy, because we like made of gravy at the Lee household. But we use it in other things too, stews and other recipes, dishes. So I like to have canned tomatoes on hand. So we stopped and got a couple of boxes of those. They were half price too. They buy one, get one free. So we racked up, y'all. Should have bought them out. I didn't realize Saturday was their last day. So I should have loaded the car down. But they also had some pineapple tomatoes. Pineapple tomato, no Debbie Downer talk. Oh, I get you. A Debbie Downer. Can't say nothing around here. Anyway, they had some pineapple tomatoes that were in like 5 or 6 of them for $1 or something like that. All right, buddy, we're about to get off here. Thank you for joining. I hope y'all enjoy your trip, Nick. And make that video for us so we blur out the bad parts, though. But I got me some of those pineapple tomatoes because they're heirloom tomatoes, and they're pretty tomatoes. Hold on, let me show you one. It's got this and it as pronounced. It's got more, but sometimes it got like the red stripes. And when you cut them open inside, it's really neat looking color because they red in the center, and they kind of got line like a starburst of color that goes out. And I had some planted this year that I planted from seed, but I think I give them all away because I don't have any in my garden. I had a buddy of mine that I give one to. He sent me a picture of the ones that he grew. And I was like, how come I'm not getting these? I don't have any. And I grew a bunch of them, but I guess, like I said, I guess I just give them all away. I don't know. Because I lost track of what I was giving away and what I was keeping and all that. I just did. Ask him to send some seeds back to you. No, well, I don't need to. Because I got some right here. And actually, I've already cut one of them, and I got the seeds already. I'm fermenting them. I'm going to ferment those and then get the seeds. But I got like 3. Well, actually, one of them's going to go to my mother-in-law, see how she takes them. Because she can't hardly take a red tomato. It's too acidic, and Mama's the same way. So we're gonna see how she does with that. Because if she does well with that, then I'll know what I'll be able to grow and we can get for her, so she can enjoy a mater sandwich. A mater sandwich. You never ferment? Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I just wanted to go ahead and get some fermented. And are those the sweet tomatoes? I don't know how sweet they are. The ones I tasted wasn't very sweet. They were mild. They were mild tasting, but I don't know if they was. I would, and it may have just been the one I ate. Just didn't seem too sweet to me. But I don't. It may have just been that one. You just lay them out on a paper towel and let them dry. Yeah, I've seen people do that, and I've done that too, Glenn. But I wanted to get that coating off of them, and sometimes when I put them on paper towel, they stick to it, and it just, I don't know. Sometimes it aggravates me to have to. I don't have much patience. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I don't have a whole lot of patience with stuff like that. I got some poblano peppers there, and I got some seeds from it as well. And actually, I got some, and y'all are tried to germinate your seeds like in a little baggie with a napkin and a little moisture in there, and put the baggie and get them to germinate that way. I've never done that. Your garden grows because I do everything wrong. That's probably the truth. You love the acidic tomato. I do too. I just love a tomato. A tomato is just God's gift to mankind. In all reality, tomatoes are just awesome. And you can use. You got a mater sandwich. You got a bacon mater sandwich. You got mater gravy. You got them in stews. You got them in okra. You got them. There's so many things. You make sauces out of them, spaghetti sauces. There's just too many things that you can do with tomatoes. And it's all good. It's all good. Just put your little salt and pepper on it and eat it like an apple. It's good. It's all good. But anyway, I'm hoping to get some seeds from that. And I'm going to try and go ahead and germinate. Just make sure the seeds are viable before I put them up. That way I have plenty to have in case anybody wants some, whatever. A fried green tomato, BLT sandwich. Oh, yeah, fried green tomatoes. Awesome. They don't even have to turn red, do they, D? Just cut them up green and fry them up. They're good stuff. My okra's finally starting to put on a little bit. My cucumber, I got some more cucumber because my other ones they about petered out. I got some more squash going because they're about petered out. Got to get some beans and peas planted. So I have some for the fall. No, they don't. My world revolves around maters. My okra's about to start blooming. Oh, that's good. I love okra too. I love fried okra, fried squash. I got some eggplant that's coming on. I actually planted some more corn. I don't know if I think it'll have time to get up and grow before it gets too cold. I planted some more okra too. I hope it'll come up, and if it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. I don't really care. I just want something in the ground. All right, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, we about to get on. Not wasted, but I have done spent an hour on here, and I honestly thought when I got on I wouldn't have enough to talk about for 10 minutes worth. But y'all know me. I just ramble and yap. I can't eat it any other way. Too slimy. Now I can eat it in gumbo. I can eat it. And I've eaten it with tomatoes and okra before. It's not too bad. I don't like it in peas. Blenda likes it in peas, and she likes it just plain, just okra. I think it's a little bit too slimy that way, but she likes it that way. I need a pickled okra every now and then. But mainly I like them fried. Cajun baked okra, I've had that. That's pretty good. Sometimes you just put a little oil in a pan and just kind of like stir fried it. It's pretty good. But I mean, okra's kind of like squash. I like squash any way you cook it too. And we put some squash up. We got it up so we can fry it later. We do it in the vinegar like the old Alabama gardener used to do it, and it works pretty good. We've eaten it for the last couple of years that way. Can it up in a vinegar thing, and then you take it out and fry it up, and it's pretty good. It's not as good as fresh by any means. I use crawfish seasoning on it when I Cajun bake it. Cool. That's a good idea, Gwen. Because I like crawfish season. I like crawfish. I need some crawfish. I hadn't had the first crawfish this year. That's unusual. I know things got. We generally have our kids over and we have like a crawfish boil, but this year just everybody was so scattered we just couldn't get together on it. Look, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming in and crawdads in your backyard. I appreciate y'all coming in. It's looks like we might get a little bit more rain. Maybe we will. We could use it. But I've got to get on these tomatoes, finish getting them canned up. Got some garden work I need to get done, and some odd and end things that need to take care of before I got to get around for this evening. But thank everybody for coming in. Thank my moderators for the wonderful job you do. Hey, Katie, I just noticed you. I hope you may have just come in, or if you've been here, I'm sorry that I overlooked you. So good to see you, Katie. Appreciate you coming in. And I hope all of y'all have a fantastic day. I really do. And look, go ahead and have a fantastic day and charge it to my account. How about that? You've been here the whole time. Well, thank you, Katie. I appreciate you coming in. And look, it's all good to see you. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day and rest of the week. We'll talk to you later. God bless.